We have afternoon baseball going on. Spring training down in Florida. The Detroit Tigers taking on the Atlanta Braves. They are scoreless right now in the top of the fourth inning. Pitchers duel down in spring training.
Bryce Elder getting the start on the bump for the Bravos. Braves are 7-2. Slow down, guys. We don't want to win too many in spring training.
Molly's got the former pride of the Auburn Tigers on the mound right now, in Casey Mize.
That's exactly right. It's okay. I think we've won one game in spring training.
That's actually
that was
a good
against
thing.
the Braves, wasn't it?
No, I know it's a good thing. Yeah.
Because like the Yankees are doing great in spring training, going to be a bad season.
Won one game.
I think it was against the Braves. Was it 2 games that you've won, and one was against the Braves?
I think we just won one.
Yeah, but you're going to get all those wins while
you're
you
2 and
can.
5. You're 2 and 5.
Okay, we'll take that.
Because all the rosters are being depleted now because the World Baseball Classic gets underway this week.
I'm really sad. I thought Pat would be really excited and maybe even lead off the show with it, that his manager just got a new extension.
He did through 2029 with a team option for 2030.
You fired up?
Thrilled.
Sorry, Molly, you guys didn't beat the Braves.
Yeah, no.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, today might be your day.
Beat the Phillies.
You did beat up on the Phillies.
In the Rays, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
There's 2.
Appreciate it.
No score as they play in the top of the 4th inning. Those orange Tiger jerseys, those are good looks.
I love them. They look so good.
What's on the hat? Is that a flower?
It's grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Oh, for the grape. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. That's a good look.
And Pat, you were seeing some new batting practice lids?
Yeah, a little bit different. The hat's more like almost like a golf type hat with a crease right across the top of the crown. A little
Old
bit different.
school golf hat.
Yeah, a little bit different for batting practice for 2026. Now, the World Baseball Classic gets underway on Wednesday. Chinese Taipei is taking on Australia in the Tokyo Dome. So it all gets underway on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the North American teams, they're going to be playing exhibition games against other Major League Baseball spring training teams. But they're getting started in the Far East. So
when is Team USA? Do you know when their first actual game is in the WBC?
Oh, for some reason, I want to say maybe early next week.
Okay. I will be watching that.
Has anyone here been to Japan?
Nope.
I have not.
I've decided I want to visit Japan.
I want to go to Tokyo. I think that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to go.
Is there anything like what just
Nothing in
recently has
particular.
piqued your interest in visiting?
Started thinking about countries that I'd like to go to before I leave this earth, and Japan was one of them.
Like pretty high on the list or
No.
middle of the pack?
Middle of the
You
pack.
got other places to go 1st?
Mhm.
Okay.
Actually, the United States gets underway Friday against Brazil.
Yes.
So that's their first game. It'll be played in Houston, Texas.
Gonna kick some butt.
But it all gets underway on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, you've got Czechia taking on Korea. That is in the Tokyo Dome. And then Friday, you've got almost everyone's in action on Friday, including the United States against Brazil.
Is the belief still that it'll be us in Japan?
That is the betting favorite.
That's what I thought. Because last time it was Ohtani struck out Mike Trout, right, to win the World Baseball Classic.
Was this team assembled to beat that team, like U.S. men's hockey was put together to beat the Canadians?
I will say that the front end pitching staff for the United States looks extremely good. When you got Paul Skeens and Scooble.
That's real good.
Yeah.
Granted, I guess the Japanese have Yamamoto and Ohtani are probably their 1 and 2.
Ohtani is not
that's
throwing.
right. He's not pitching.
Ohtani is not throwing a baseball.
Oh, they're
as a
cooked.
pitcher.
No, that's why
we're gonna crush.
That's why Skeens, I think, first pitched to Ohtani, earhole.
Yeah.
Send a message.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Scary thing is they'll probably be teammates in a couple of
Kind
years.
of like the Kachuk brothers did during the
Maybe this
Four
year.
Nations.
Yeah.
Just drop the gloves and go after it.
Yeah, right when it starts, just throw the glove down.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
By
Send
the
a
way, I
message.
know I told you, but I finally got a chance to watch the Netflix documentary about the 1980 team.
It's amazing that they had it there.
Yeah, it's amazing that they had it in Lake Placid because it's such a small little place. I did go back and because I went down a rabbit hole. So I think in Milan, I think you had 2,900 athletes compete in the Winter Olympics. In Lake Placid in 1980, you had right at 1,000. You had 800 men and I think 200 women competing in the Olympics.
But if you haven't seen the documentary and you know about those Olympic Games because of the miracle, which was great, but the infrastructure, the setup in Lake Placid, New York, it was the equivalent of what they did with Woodstock. Let's host something right here that we really don't have the infrastructure. Lake Placid, there was nothing. The speed skating was a track out in front of a high school.
Mm-hmm. Lake Placid High
The
School.
Olympic Village was not the same Olympic Village. I don't know if I would have showered in that particular Olympic Village, much less doing all the other things that
The
some of these
opening
athletes are doing.
ceremonies was held in an equestrian facility. It was outdoors.
Yes.
I mean, it was just, and seeing it's always fun when you see the nations, what they wear. You remember the Russians walking in with their very stereotypical,
Yeah.
the type of,
The furry. And,
yeah, the hat that Conrad wears during
Yeah.
the wintertime.
Right.
And,
Oh yeah, is that still coming?
Hmm?
Is that still coming?
and they had the fur coats.
Waiting on your North Korea badge that we're going to have sewn on it. Yes.
The Russians had the fur coats on, and then the Americans come in wearing cowboy hats. I mean, they went all just typical
Stereotype.
stereotype
That's great.
of the United States just being cowboys.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if I overcompensate for the World Baseball Classic, does that help my standing at all? Or no?
No. But they're going back to see how they entertain themselves.
Oh yeah, no, they were playing. But it was really cool, that one clip where it showed like they were basically in an arcade,
In a rec hall, looks like.
and like you had an American like hockey player that was playing Galaga, and you had two Russian hockey players that was standing right next to him playing Space Invaders, playing video games.
Watching
during the
how
Olympics.
he played Galaga and then perfecting a way to try and do it better.
Mm-hmm. So, but if you have not seen it on Netflix, highly recommend. Now that should have watched it before the Olympics, because it would have got you fired up before the Olympics. Who knows? If Conrad would have watched it before the Olympics, he may have watched.
Did you shed a tear? I did. When the players like Aruzioni and the others, they're watching the footage that they had never seen before
Of their parents,
of their
and
now
relatives.
deceased parents.
Yeah.
And seeing for the first time footage from that night and watching your parents, your loved ones, and how proud they were of you in that moment. Watch it, but it got me.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called?
Miracle, right?
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's the same as the movie.
no,
No,
it's,
it's called-
it's a
it's called
documentary. It's like
Miracle,
Miracle.
the 1980 hockey team or something.
Is it on
like that.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but it's really good.
I'll have to watch that.
Do you have Netflix, or do you have like the Chinese version where you watch like the Politburo and have their meetings and stuff?
The-
The what?
The
The what?
the what?
The Politburo.
No, I have the American Netflix
I just,
account
I
for
just
now.
don't know what you have.
For now.
I'm glad we got championship week coming because I have not been super excited about the streaming offerings that have been out there lately. Like, nope, heck no.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
And then I found one in the title and I was like, yes, I'm into it. And it was all foreign.
Like subtitles, you mean?
Yeah, I'm not there right now. I'm not in subtitle season.
It's always subtitle season in the Van Order household.
So a little bit of news coming out of the state of Mississippi. No big surprise. The state of Mississippi does have state income tax, but they have just passed an NIL money bill that will obviously help Ole Miss and Mississippi State, because they are waiving state income tax on athlete revenue share payments. So if you're an athlete that go to Mississippi State or Ole Miss and you make money, you will not be charged by the state of Mississippi on state income tax.
Good news for those kids. Bad news for everyone who wanted new roads.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does that not give you an inherent? Well, I guess the other states that don't have income tax, it's the same thing. That's a pretty
Correct.
nice advantage, though, if you're Ole Miss
Heck yeah,
or
it
Mississippi
is.
State trying to
That's
recruit
why I thought it
kids.
was a good idea for Georgia to propose it. I don't agree with it. I think it's unfair to the father that can't afford to go to your games and watch you play. But
Arkansas has already adopted it as well. So you got Arkansas, Mississippi. They do have state income tax, but if you're a player, you will not be charged. Meanwhile, Texas, Tennessee, and Florida, they have no state income tax. So there's 3 SEC states that players don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But now Arkansas and Mississippi, they have stepped up. So I'm just curious when
come on, Mama. Let's go.
Alabama.
Road's already messed up here. Just saying, they're still going to be messed up. Let's get some more 5 stars. Bring them in.
That was Mississippi first to this.
Mississippi beat Alabama in something,
We
Conrad.
always
like the
counted
first-
on you guys.
I know. We might be 49th in some things, but we weren't 50th. Good Lord.
I think we have the advantage in other areas.
Yes. And I will take those advantages.
Tell you what we don't have is a Pittsburgh, Mississippi, and a Tonelli's.
Obviously not.
Which I hope that gets paid off by the NCAA attorneys when they have to go back. I want that to happen in June.
I want a live stream. Just like we had before. I want a live stream of the courtroom with them in there, and I want the judge to make them wait. Yeah, sorry, Tonelli's was really backed up today. 3 hours late. Just make them wait.
You and your cute little Irish goodbye. Well, let me tell you something, Slickster. It's not how we do it here.
Does Trinidad show up for that hearing? Just go sit in the back of the courtroom. Just sit there. Take it all in.
Alabama's Latrell Wrightsell Jr. and Missouri's Mark Mitchell were named co-players of the week, SEC basketball players of the week.
Job, fellas.
Yeah, I mean, Latrell Wrightsell did. I don't think he gets enough credit for Saturday just because Phylon hit the last shot, but he was big.
Was that 25?
25 or 26 points.
He was
really-
26.
He was really good.
He averaged 21.5 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in wins over Mississippi State and number 22 Tennessee. He shot 52% from the field. Not bad.
He's been good lately. He's been healthy, most importantly. That's always been his problem. But he's playing good basketball.
Well, Alabama's playing good basketball.
Yeah, that was the other thing we didn't even talk about the other night. Amari Allen had 2 points.
Yeah.
And you still went out there and won. And he was a Aiden
Sherrell?
Sherrell didn't play great. I mean, a lot of them didn't play great, but.
Some big shots by Aiden Holloway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think that goes back to this Alabama team. It's not just, and we saw it without Phylon. You certainly like to have Phylon, but now in a game like that, you needed not necessarily a rock fight, but a game like that against that Tennessee team with everybody available. You had your full complement of players, and to win there on the road, huge win.
I've seen enough. They're better without Phylon and Bediako. Go back to Mississippi State. They're better without them.
Dang.
Careful.
That was a joke. I'm kidding.
Not a lot of big name games tonight. You do have Duke against NC State. That's a 6 o'clock tip off. Duke's a 9.5 point favorite. Meanwhile, you've got Iowa State at Arizona. Arizona is a 7.5 point favorite there in Tucson. That is an 8 o'clock tip off. Those are the only 2 really big name games going on tonight.
Yep. And plenty of games that we're going to have coming up tomorrow. And of course, championship week with some of the mid-major tournaments. A lot of the mid-major tournaments getting in action as we get closer to setting that field of 64, 68. We'll get to that. Latest projections, what that means for teams in this state, what it means for the SEC and beyond. 3-man front continues on Jocks. 119, three-man front. We continue on this Monday. Latest from Joe Lunardi, his bracketology from ESPN. He had Auburn in the tournament, still clinging by a hope as of Saturday night, but his latest has Auburn as one of the first four out. Auburn, San Diego State, VCU, Virginia Tech, followed by the next four out, the Chad Baker, Mazzara, Les, Eric Musselman-led USC Trojans, California, West Virginia, and Cincinnati. We know who plays for Cincinnati. Sorry, Jizzle, you will not be in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, man. Well, it's finally March. We're so excited for all the college basketball action, and the best place to catch all the action is at Big Whiskey's. They are the place for great food of all varieties. They have a full menu with apps, salads, burgers to steaks. They have a full bar with unique cocktails, over 120 whiskeys, including whiskey on tap. They also offer different food and drink specials for each day of the week. They have happy hour, and the kitchen is open late every night. They're in the Stadium Trace Village near the Hoover Met, but now they're also off of Highway 280. Go see our friends at Big Whiskey's.
I've been talking a lot about college basketball because it is March, but I read an article over the weekend in which Stuart Mandel from The Athletic, he graded all 33 college football head coach hires from Lane Kiffin to Billy Napier. So I'm just going to give you a name, and I'll give you the grade that he gave them, and we'll see if you agree or disagree. We'll start with Tulane's John Sumrall at Florida. He gave them an A-.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah, solid.
Or an A.
On paper, before we see anything, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with an A.
He gave Virginia Tech a B+ for James Franklin.
That's an A+.
I agree,
Yeah.
Conrad. A+.
He gave James Madison coach Bob Chesney an A for UCLA's hiring him.
If you can get a... Yeah, the fact that they got someone
Yeah,
other than
Yeah.
Deshaun Foster.
I might go A- on that. A-, whatever.
Well, they got somebody who's had success coaching college football.
Yeah. Good hire.
Gave Michigan an A- for Kyle Whittingham.
I think the hire itself was great. It's just
Everything surrounding it knocks it down to a B+.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my thing.
Speaking of B+, Penn State got one for Iowa State head coach Matt Campbell.
I would be more.
I say B.
I was gonna say B or B- because let's not forget that they had many people ahead of him that they could not hire.
Right.
Arkansas got a C for Memphis coach Ryan Silverfield.
Agree.
Yeah, CC plus. Yeah.
Auburn got a C for Alex Golish.
I think that's
Disagree.
I'd go a B.
Yeah.
For Alex Golish.
Michigan State got a higher grade than Alex Golish at Auburn. At Michigan State, they said they got a C+. That was a better hire than Alex Golish.
Pat Fitzgerald?
Yep.
That's a B hire at Michigan State. Alex Golish is a B hire at Auburn.
Yeah.
I'll read you
Fair.
what he said about Alex Golish because he says that's a C hire for Auburn. Not sure about this one. The former Tennessee offensive coordinator did an admirable job turning around a downtrodden program, but he's been a head coach for 3 seasons and he peaked at 9-3. Perhaps he can hit the ground running, though, by bringing his stud quarterback with him.
So all of that gets you a C?
I was about to say that sounds like a B.
Yeah.
I guess the fact that he's only been a head coach for 3 years.
I guess that's a B hire. It's a good hire.
Pete Golding gave Ole Miss a B-.
He won multiple playoff games. No, I know. You're just reading it.
I'm just telling you what
No,
your best writer
no.
from The Athletic is reporting.
I'm going to be nice. Disagree.
You got to give him
I
an
disagree.
A. You got to give him an A. Doesn't mean that in the future it'll be an A, but he won multiple.
At the very
playoff
least,
games.
that's a B hire. At the very least.
Tosh Lapoy at Oregon got a B-.
Oh, of course he did.
That's a C hire if I've ever heard of one.
Tosh Lapoy going to Cal?
Mm-hmm.
It's a C.
Kentucky's Will Stein. Kentucky got a B.
Okay, yeah, I think that was a really good hire. BB plus.
Because he's He's been a head coach at so many different programs and has that track record, Stuart. What's his overall coaching record?
He says Dan Lanning's previous young OC, Kenny Dillingham, became the head coach of his alma mater, Arizona State. Stein is a 36-year-old Louisville native returning to his home state after coaching Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel, and Dante Moore.
Yeah, because if he can do it at Arizona State in the big, bad, powerful Big 12, surely Will Stein can do it against a traditional basketball school at Kentucky.
LSU got a B+ for Lane Kiffin.
After all of that, you get a B+?
It doesn't matter because in LSU fans, it's an A++ higher, so they don't care.
Even though as much as I disagree with, that's still an A higher.
It is.
Kansas State got a B for Texas A&M's offensive coordinator Colin Klein.
Fair. I go B-.
Oklahoma State got a B for North Texas head coach Eric Morris.
Agree.
Yeah.
Let's see. Stanford got a C for Washington Commanders quarterback coach Tavita Pritchard.
Sorry, who?
You don't know Tavita Pritchard?
Mm-mm.
He's a Cliff Kingsbury guy.
Yeah, I mean, it was an 8-month search by
Sounds like a
Andrew
goat.
Luck, and he was able to get him. He's 38 years old. I can't believe you don't know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's no Frank Reich. I mean, come
He was the OC under David Shaw.
on. Okay. Those were, well, part of that was good. Till the end.
Man, can't believe you guys did not know who
Well,
Tavita Pritchard was.
It overwhelms you when you see his head coaching experience.
That's is Oregon State on there?
Let me go down the list here,
See what they gave Shepard?
since there were 33 hires during this last.
That's insane.
Shepard was a C-, so
Okay.
barely below Alex Golish, according to Stuart Mandel.
Where does he have Jason Candle in the hire at UConn?
A+.
I bet he gave him an A.
That's a nice hire. Too bad that quarterback.
Wait, who are you asking about?
Jason Candle at UConn and Jim Mora going to Colorado State.
Let me scroll through here. UConn, Jason Candle, A-.
Yeah, there you go.
Have you said Billy yet?
Who?
Billy Napier?
No,
Oh,
I've not
yeah,
gotten down
JMU.
to
Yeah.
JMU yet. Brian Hartline got a B+ at South Florida.
Well, he's got a lot of great head coaching experience.
Mm-hmm.
Neil Brown, former
Some of these
Troy
don't make
coach, is a
sense.
B- at North Texas.
Okay, Neil Brown actually does have championship success.
Yeah.
Billy Napier
Yeah.
was a C at James Madison. Of all the hires, 33 of them, who do you think got the worst grade according to Stuart Mandel?
Is it one of the guys you've already mentioned?
No. Mm-mm. Someone got a D. This school got a D.
Is it from a power conference?
No.
Can you give me part of the country? West, south?
South.
Okay. It wasn't Charles Huff at Memphis, was it?
It was not. Let's see where they gave old Charles Huff. At Memphis, he was given a grade of A-.
What about Will Hall?
Will Hall at, let's see, at Tulane, he got a D+. So he was not the lowest.
Okay.
Someone
What?
got a D.
Okay, I don't necessarily think it's him, but we haven't gotten to UAB yet. Are they on there?
Alex Mortensen was the worst hire in this cycle,
It
according to
was
Stuart
UAB.
Mandel.
Okay. Did he watch the Memphis game? Or
Actually has a win over a ranked opponent. One more game than some of these other guys have ever coached as a head coach.
But what if I told you Brian Hartline coached Jeremiah Smith? B+.
Yeah, the worst coaching hires was Jamarcus Shepard at Oregon State, Will Hall at Tulane, and Alex Mortensen at UAB, according to Stuart Mandel.
Okay.
Belly button.
People are, got to have content.
It's coming from a writer who actively, even after everything had come back to somewhat normalcy.
He wants
politic for shutting down of college athletics.
He also points out that he want to remind everybody that he does this every year and during the offseason, and he gave Indiana an A for Kurt Signetti in the 2024 cycle.
He literally wrote that in there.
Yeah,
to
he
remind.
said
He had to. He had to because nobody read it the first time.
And he also wanted
Hey, just so you guys know, 2 years ago, I really nailed this one.
Come on.
but he also wanted to point out that he said that I gave Charlie Weiss an F.
At Notre Dame?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He gave Les Miles a D at Kansas, gave Trent Dilfer an F at UAB.
Where did they have Mike Price when he was hired?
Don't think he was writing for The Athletic during Mike Price's days. So yeah, he's got some love for UAB. Gave
He
Trent
does.
Dilfer an F and gave Alex
They
Mortensen
upgraded.
a D.
In his mind, they
Yeah.
upgraded.
Yeah, went from an F to a D. Go figure.
And now they're going to go to a U and an A and a B.
All right, we're going to continue on in this Reaction Monday. We'll do some Pat Ponders next. The pride of Springville High School, Casey Mize on the bump for the Detroit Tigers, just gave up a 2-run opposite field bomb to the Atlanta Braves.
Do you know who he gave it up to?
I do not.
I don't either. Deshaun Kiersey Jr. So the good news is we've got We've got minor leaguers or free agents that will not be a part of the opening day that are going
who's ripping
Casey Mize.
Yeah, Casey Mize.
Okay, get him out now.
You better pull him.
MLB Pipeline's updating their farm systems as we speak, Landrum.
Braves leading
Looking
3-0 as they play in the top of the 6th in whatever park that is. It's not cool today.
It's somewhere in Central Florida.
Looks like Lakeland.
It is Lakeland.
Yes. And that's the, what is that? Flow America? I was just thinking the Florida version of Comerica.
I see what you did there. That's good.
I like that.
That's good.
Well, everything's a replica. Why can't we just replicate the name and change a
Yeah.
letter
No, you're right.
or two?
I like it.
Yeah. Sean Kiersey, that is a future star. Not really. Pat comes up with questions. We try to answer those questions. This is Pat Ponders.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
All right, let's get right to it. Question number 1. Do you think he was going yard again?
I did.
Oh.
Back-to-back oppos.
All right, Stephen Pearl's team is on life support for an NCAA tournament bid. If the Tigers don't make this year's March Madness or next year's tournament, what's the over-under on his tenure at Auburn?
Oh, I would put it at next season because already.
So are you saying that if he doesn't make it this year or next year that he's fired?
Yeah, I believe they'll find a replacement after 2 seasons.
I would agree with that, especially if it looks like this. And look, the one thing we know is that Auburn has the resources to go and field a competitive team and go and get talented guys in the portal. So I think they're going to look at it as there's no excuse, right? Because we're giving you the money, we're giving you the resources to build a roster how you see fit.
That's
and
the good and the
obviously
bad.
your coaching style is not working. So yeah, after next year, he'd be gone.
I'd give him 2 years after next year.
So you're giving him 3 total years.
No, like this year and then next year and then
So after year 2, if he doesn't
Yes.
make it, he's fired.
he's fired. Yes.
Yeah, the ability to go out and spend competitively, if it was $12 million that was allocated towards this roster and be able to go do it again with your own guys, that's a luxury. But the problem, the flip side of that is then if you repeat what happened this year,
Well, and I don't think anybody's expecting.
it's not, hey, wait until this group cycles through. Wait until these young ones we got coming in. You don't have that excuse anymore.
Yeah, and I don't think you have a lot of Auburn fans or any really that would have said, well, we're going to make it to a Final Four in the first 3 years under Steven. I don't think that was ever the expectation, but this is a program that should absolutely be in the tournament every year.
With this team, they should have been in the tournament this year.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be disappointing, but if you're a 7 seed this year, people, okay, some rough patches, first year for Steven, but we're right where we're supposed to be. You got to make the tournament.
The unknown is roster that he picks himself and guys that know that they're signing up to play for him before
Correct.
the start of the season. Not saying that was the reason, but I think he deserves at least that.
All right, question number 2. Everyone can agree that Florida basketball is the best team in the SEC. If you rank the SEC's next 3 most dangerous teams in the upcoming NCAA tournament, who would they be?
Who was the
Sorry, you said after Florida?
Yeah, the next 3 most dangerous in the NCAA tournament.
Alabama, Arkansas.
So you'd have Alabama number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alabama. So if Ament is healthy and he comes back, I would say Alabama, Tennessee, and then Arkansas. That would be my next 3.
So Tennessee ahead of Arkansas.
If Ament comes back and is healthy.
Arkansas, and I know that it went to overtime, but giving up 111 and 117 that they did to Alabama, their defense, it scares me at times. I'm actually going to throw in Vanderbilt. I think
It's a
Mark
good one.
Byington will have that team in matchup basketball ready to go. So Alabama, Vanderbilt, and Tennessee because of the way they play defense.
I think Alabama, Arkansas, and Tennessee.
Okay. So you're the only one that had Vandy in there.
Yeah, Outlier could be, though, because of the way that they play and the short turnaround, Texas A&M, if they make the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Question number 3. Alabama spring football practice begins 1 week from today. It'll be the third spring under Kalen DeBoer. Of the 3 springs under DeBoer, is this the least amount of pressure on him heading into camp?
I think this is the most
Yeah.
You think this is the most pressure
for Kalen DeBoer.
of the 3?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
I would say I think the year he had the least pressure was the first year.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that from a fan base perspective, they might not agree with that. But I think generally speaking, taking over for Nick Saban, like you were going to have to accept that it was going to be different, even if people didn't want to. Between this year and last year, that's tough. I would say he was under more pressure last year because he missed the playoff the year before. I understand the narrative right now. You won the SEC regular season title. You played in a playoff game and won on the road. Yeah, I would say second least pressure.
I think he's under the most this year.
But don't you look at the question marks heading into next season? You
Mhm.
don't have a Ty Simpson that you can count on.
But you weren't counting on him last year.
See, that would be my thing. I think people have more confidence in, like, let's say Keelan Russell wins the job. I think more people right now would say, yeah, I believe in that guy to be a great quarterback than Ty Simpson this time.
I can just tell you right now that I think it was last year, because if he would not have won, not the SEC, but if he had not made it to the college football playoff, they're firing him.
Oh, like if they hadn't made it this past year?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no,
Well, they're going to fire him this year if he doesn't make it, right?
I don't think so.
No?
Mm-mm.
You think this is what it is? I was going expectations versus standard.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that was the whole conversation in Atlanta, and everyone that I talked to, that if he did not make the playoff, that they would have probably made a change.
So if they miss the playoff this year, you think he's okay?
I think he's okay.
I really think we could be here 2 years from now looking back. Beating Oklahoma in that playoff game
Yeah, could have
was
saved his job.
massive
No
for
doubt.
him.
There's no question.
Massive. Easily the biggest win of his time at Alabama.
Now, 3 years ago, would you have said that, though? That Kalen DeBoer is getting this job in his first 3 seasons, he's going to make the college football playoff one time.
3 years ago, I would have said that, but not knowing the way the transfer portal and NIL has changed everything, that it's just not fair to. You can't compare anybody to that anymore.
Because given talent and what they didn't get out of the transfer portal, would you say that this roster would pale the last 2?
On paper, yeah, because there's so many unknowns.
But the freshman class that they bringing in is one of the best that they've had in quite some time. Because on the opposite thing with Auburn, you can say these are all American Conference players that didn't win anything in the American Conference. So why does everyone think that these guys are going to be able to come to the SEC and compete? So you see, I mean, you can make an argument make an argument on all that. Whether Alabama didn't bring in guys or Auburn's bringing the whole roster from South Florida who did not win anything in the American. So
As far as a conference title.
So, how's that going to compute to SEC football when you couldn't even win the American? But okay.
Well, to some degree, I agree, but you got the most proven quarterback you've had at that position.
In the American.
In the best shape of his life.
Yeah. But you got other guys on that roster, too.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Can't
Number
wait.
4. Would you rather have unlimited free flights for 1 year or never pay for food at a restaurant again?
Unlimited flights for 1 year?
Mm-hmm.
Food.
I'll go food.
Yeah.
You only got so many vacation days. I'm not going to quit my job and just fly around for a year.
I'd pick the food.
Food.
I'll go food.
Even though I travel a lot, it's only 1 year. So I'd pick the food.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like with our vacation schedule, okay, maybe you could get 3 or 4 like really cool trips in a year, and that'd be great. But
Yeah.
I'd rather have free food for my life.
Heck yeah.
I'd gain a lot of weight though if I could eat out for free forever. That would be bad.
All right, final question of the day brought to you by BB. A 36-year-old member of the Baltimore County Fire Department is facing 23 criminal charges following his inexplicable behavior. He urinated in various spots all over the workplace, including his supervisor's keyboard, a pot of chili, coffee creamer, and an ice maker. He was making videos of these acts to post on the internet subscription site. How would you react if you stumbled upon some type of workplace behavior? Does this change the relationship you have with your company's break room?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I see somebody taking a whiz in the coffee
Ugh.
maker, I'm not making coffee ever again. Whoa.
No.
Are you turning them in?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Ugh.
Absolutely.
If you're willing to do that,
But you said
Yeah,
the other day
what-
that you
what-
wouldn't turn people in if you saw somebody do something out in public.
No, I said record and then report.
if you're willing to do
You
that, then
record
you're,
it
you're
and
the
then
type
you
of
report it.
person like they showed that guy that was spraying the insecticide on his roommate's food, unbeknownst to them, and they were hospitalized eventually for months. He
What?
had been spraying insecticide on food.
Why? Just
I don't know.
yeah, that's the kind of person that
But anybody who's going to pee in a coffee pot,
they could take it to another level. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Mm-mm.
so okay. So he did this and he recorded himself doing it and then posted it online, and that's how he got caught.
On an internet subscription site.
Who's paying for that?
Ah.
I'm sure there's some freak somewhere.
So I guess the lesson is don't record yourself and post it if you're going to do that. That's wild.
Oh.
I love you guys, but I would not hesitate to.
No, in doing the act, right?
That's wild.
What was his profession?
He's a member of the Baltimore County Fire Department.
Mm.
So he's a fireman.
I wonder if they go code red on that.
He's facing 23 criminal charges.
I mean, did they not find out about that and beat the crap out of it? I mean, I'm just saying, if you're, I can't imagine that went over well if he had to come face to face.
Maybe they already beat the crap out of him, and that's why he was doing it.
Maybe
I'll
it was
show
his
you
night.
guys.
It was his night to do dishes. It's like, nope, not doing it.
Now a shower, that's fine. But on a keyboard,
Or put it into a. I don't want to give him. Why would just gonna?
I mean, I've heard of you leave a deposit on your boss's car or something, right? But not this.
Ugh.
BB never disappoints.
What
That's
bird
today's
dropped that?
Pat Ponders.
That's like prehistoric.
Ugh.
Three-man front continues. 151 three-man front on this Monday. Landrum, Pat, Conrad, and Molly. Lighter slate of college basketball coming up tonight as finales of the regular season, last couple, at least in the SEC. Other conferences winding up regular season play. Other conferences beginning tournament play this week. Championship week has begun. And that brings us to our friends at Prize Picks. That's where we're going tonight, college basketball. But Prize Picks, in case you're not familiar with the product, it's great, and we talk about it every single day. But Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, you can choose the flex play where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. If you want the biggest payouts, you go for the power play. No matter your play, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. It is the #1 fantasy sports site in the country. And a big reason why is because it's so simple to play. You're going to pick more or less on at least 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get the picks right, you can cash in. Tonight, college basketball, Arizona, one of those elite teams in college basketball. They got Koa Pete back. They're hosting another really, really good team in Iowa State. Koa Pete, 11.5 points, more or less, won Conrad Van Order. Is it home? The friendly confines.
He's got.
I'm leaning more.
I'm going. Yeah, we'll go more. It's at home. It's a big game.
Meanwhile, Joshua Jefferson, he's big forward for Iowa State, 16.5 points is his projected total. More or less? I'm leaning less.
I was about to say, I'm going to go less. He had a big game last time out, had 22, but before that, a bunch of 11, 12-point games. So let's go less.
It's that simple. If we hit on both of those picks, we're a winner. You can be a winner too. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WJOX to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WJOX, $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it is good to be right.
So I just saw one of my first 2026 NBA mock drafts as you started thinking about March Madness and maybe next year. Could there be a top player that their current school says, you know what, you might not make as much money if you go off to the pros? I'm going to use Yax Lindenborg as a prime example because he's making a lot of money at Michigan. I think last year the mock drafts had him late first round.
Yeah.
Something like that. So he's making a really good coin there in Ann Arbor this year. Well, according to The Athletic, their 2026 NBA mock draft, they've got LeBaron Philon going 14th to the Portland Trailblazers. That would make him a $4.9 million for the first year. Maybe a contract total of about $23 million.
Be a lottery pick.
That's good.
So the question is, could Alabama pay him more than $4.9 million to come back next year?
No.
Oh, I think they could.
Oh, yes, they could, but no.
Yax is now at number 19, according to the mock draft. He would find himself playing for the Charlotte Hornets.
So improving his seating just a little bit, but in Yax's case,
gone up about 13 spots, maybe.
12,
13.
But also you get to play another year of college basketball and get $3.5 million while doing it.
Mm-hmm. Amari Allen is number 26, and that would bring him $2.4 million.
To who?
Amari Allen.
The team?
The team, he would be heading to the Denver Nuggets.
No? Okay, that would be a great spot for him. Hope he likes horses, like Jokic.
$2.4 million. If you're a first round, if you're a solid first round.
You should go.
Yeah, he would be the 26th pick out of the 30 picks.
I'd pay him a lot of money to come back if he wanted to, though. He's a great player.
2.5?
No.
Pettiford did not make the list. In case, for those of you
I don't
wondering.
think this season has done him a whole lot of favors.
He's probably hurt his stock compared to last year.
These scouts know. They've heard it. Maturity. Being a leader. Being a good teammate. But somebody will be willing to pay him millions of dollars to play college basketball again next year. Something tells me it will not be on the plains.
America.
Or beyond. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe so, and then he can come back.
Maybe he does a reverse Charles Bediako. Goes to Canada for a year. Comes back. That's going to do it for us. Live from Social Taco tomorrow. God is great.